To start off, we first need to talk about what slope-intercept form is. Slope-intercept form is going to be y equals mx plus b. It's basically the simplified form of the y equals start plus change times x minus 1 from learning target 14, because if you recall, when we distribute the change to the x and to the minus 1, it results in putting it in standard form, combining like terms to get something similar to y equals mx plus b. Here, b is the y-intercept and m is the slope, or that rate of change, which is what we talked about last week. Now, why they chose b and m for the y-intercept and the slope, I have no idea, but we're not going to worry about that because we're going to use those letters. Now, y-intercept, what I talk about in the definition, what that is going to be that y value in the ordered pair where the graph of the line crosses the y-axis. So what this means is that if you have the ordered pair, your x is going to be 0, and then you're going to have some y value, and that's going to be your y-intercept. The first part of our work today is going to be being able to determine the slope and the y-intercept for a line. The nice part is that because we have this y equals mx plus b for our format, we can pretty much set that all up in that our m, or our slope, is going to be that coefficient of x, which in this case is -3 or -3/1. And then the b is going to be whatever we're plus or minusing on the end. So in this case, b is equal to a +2. Now looking at this next example, this one's a little bit tougher in that we do have the number in front of x, which would be our m, which is 1/2. But we don't have anything right here. That, if you think about it, if there's nothing there, that's like saying a +0. So therefore, that means that our b value, or our y-intercept, is going to be 0. Now this next example is y equals -5. Well, I don't have an x value, so if I had to rewrite this, this would be y equals 0 times x minus 5. So when I look here, here is my value 0 that goes in front of the x, which therefore makes my slope 0, which means if I were to graph this line, it would be a horizontal line. Now, b on the other hand is this -5 because it's what comes next and it's negative. The next step in the process is going to be able to write the equation of a line with the given slope and y-intercept. So our steps are pretty simple. We have this format of y equals mx plus b, and we need to put our stuff in. So we're going to take our m, we're going to put it in, and we're going to take our b, and we're going to put it in, which is going to result in y equals, and you cannot forget that y equals, otherwise it's not an equation. M is 3/4, and we always put that times x, and b is -2, so we're going to put -2. Now, knowing that, I want you to go ahead and pause the video, complete letter E, and when you are done, press play again and check to see if your work is correct. All right, let's check to see if you're correct. Y equals mx plus b, and we've got our m, which is -9. We're going to put that in here, and we've got our b of 5/7, which is going to go in here, which will result in y equals -9x plus 5/7.